Good job, Isaac. Thank you. Okay, but hit it. Okay, buddy, try to go shred the waves tonight, bud?
Siren. It actually is. It's going crazy.
How big?
10.
God.
8 to 10. Occasional 12. So like up to probably like the window. Because they measured from the back. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And then like as tall as the building's probably like a
Hey, the mic's
Hey, hold
on.
up.
The mic's on.
It's not. Oh, it is on.
It's been on this whole time.
Wow. Are y'all serious?
Why would he even do that?
What if I threw it to y'all and walked away?
Whose is it?
Your Bengal?
It's yours?
Be Texas. Got the Tex in there.
Hey, appreciate it though.
Good luck, bro. You only get one down. You only get down one way.
I'll jump.
That goal.
You got 1 minute, bro.
Can I slide back through that? Can I get on that side? I saw the field goal. I have to zoom in.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Robert H. Ledbetter Baseball Complex. We would like to take a moment before today's game to honor our 9 seniors. First, we want to say a special thank you to our graduate assistant, Tim Andre. We appreciate the hard work and countless hours you put in to help make our program better. Our first senior is number 1, Norman Leon. Norman is a 3-year starter at second base for the Hawks. He is a native of San Jose, California, and is being escorted today by his parents, Maylin and Byron, and his brother Enrique. Throughout his career at shorter, Norman has batted .303 with 133 hits and 74 stolen bases. His favorite memory as a Hawk was walking it off against Montevallo this season for the sweep. After graduation, Norman plans to stay within the game of baseball, whether that was pursuing a professional career or coaching. Our next senior is number 3, Cody Krause. Cody is a 3-year starter in center field. He is from Fitzgerald, Georgia, and is being escorted today by his parents Kyle and Angela. Throughout his career at shorter, Cody has tallied 98 hits, 51 stolen bases, and this year tied the career triples record with 8. His favorite memory as a Hawk was arriving on campus in the fall of 2021 because it was the beginning of many friendships and memories that will last forever. After graduation, Cody plans to continue chasing his childhood dreams. Our next senior is number 5, Jacob Pager. Jacob is a 4-year starter for the Hawks in right field. He is a native of Dunwoody, Georgia, and is being escorted today by his parents, Chris and Carol. Throughout his career, Jacob has batted .340 with 220 hits. This year, he has broken the career records at shorter for hits, at-bats, RBIs, doubles, stolen bases, runs scored, and total bases. His favorite memory while playing baseball at shorter was going to an NCAA regional his freshman year. After graduation, Jacob plans to be successful enough to buy a house on the lake and go fishing every day with his dog. Our next senior is number 10, Kobe Jones. Kobe is a 4-year veteran outfielder. He is from Marietta, Georgia, and is being escorted today by his parents, Tony and Rochelle. Throughout his career at shorter, Kobe batted .362 with 142 hits and a career slugging percentage of .566. He has made his way into the career record book, marking spots in the top 5 of 7 statistical categories. His favorite memory as a Hawk was hitting a walk-off home run against Union his freshman year. When asked what his plans were after graduation, Kobe replied with a shrugging emoji. But no matter where he ends up, we know that God will continue to guide him and grow his success.
We love you, Jet. We love you.
Our next senior is number 21, Logan Stockton. Logan is a 5-year veteran utility player from Blasterton, Georgia. He is being escorted today by his parents, Chad and Juanisha, and siblings Kayla, Austin, and his fiancée, Becca. Throughout his career at shorter, Logan has tabbed 90 hits and tied the career record for sacrifice flies with 13. His favorite memory while playing baseball at shorter was making an NCAA regional appearance in his freshman year. After graduation, Logan will be marrying his fiancée in July, then beginning his teaching and coaching career at Providence Christian Academy. Our next senior is number 22, Justin Barnes. Justin is a 5-year veteran and 4-year starter as a utility player. He is from Marietta, Georgia, and is being escorted today by his parents Samuel and Maria, his brother Jordan, and his cousin Mark. Throughout his career at shorter, Justin has 162 hits, 78 RBIs, and has broken into the career record book in the top 5 of 7 statistical categories. His favorite memory while playing baseball at shorter was making an NCAA regional his freshman year. Justin's plan after graduation is to work in marketing and management within the Atlanta United organization. Our next senior is number 25, Caleb McGinnis. Caleb is a pitcher and has been in the program for 3 years. He is from Oaks Bluff, Alabama, and is being escorted by his parents, Chris and Kelly, and his fiancée, Abby. Throughout his career at shorter, Caleb has made a start in 31 appearances in relief. His favorite memory while playing baseball for the Hawks was making the conference tournament championship in 2022. After graduation, Caleb will be getting married and attending physical therapy school at the University of South Alabama. Our next senior is number 34, Landon Maynard. Landon is a pitcher and has been in the program for 2 years. He is from Eclectic, Alabama, and is being escorted by his parents, Brian and Julie, and his brother Gabe. Throughout his career at shorter, he has made 2 starts and 27 relief appearances, tallying 3 wins and 25 strikeouts in 35 innings pitched. The most important part of shorter baseball for Landon are friendships he has built and the memories he has made. After graduation, he plans on pursuing a career in the event and facility management realm of sports and playing a lot of golf. Our last senior is number 40, Trevor Nenny. Trevor is a pitcher and has been in the program for 3 years. He is from Shelby, North Carolina, and is being escorted by his mother, Lisa. As a Hawk, Trevor has made a start in 43 relief appearances with 5 wins, 2 saves, and 45 strikeouts in 61.2 innings pitched. His favorite memory as a Hawk was the team's 2022 run at the conference championship. After graduation, Trevor plans to stay working within the game of baseball and to become a scratch golfer. As we each move on into this next phase of your lives, we want to remind you that Colossians 3, verse 23 says, "Whatever you do, keep working at it with all your heart, as for the Lord and not for the people." Thank you to each of our seniors for the lasting impact that you have left on our program, and congratulations.
People on live stream said so.
Well, Seth Crow on the rubber for game 2 of this 3-game set against West Alabama here on this Saturday, and it's a high chopper climbing the ladder. Clark and a strike over to first base, and Seth Crow has a 1-pitch out to begin game 2 here against the Tigers. So Newman grounds out 5-3 on 1 pitch. And here is the right-handed hitting right fielder, Blake Vineyard, with 1 away, top of the first. Breaking ball just missed. Seth Crow, 9 wins, no losses on the year, a 4.82 ERA. This is his 11th game started. 1-0, popped up down the right field line. It's a little fade, and it'll bang up against the boundary wall up the right field line and be strike 1 in the count to Blake Vineyard. Crow now with 75 innings on the year with that first out recorded. Not a big strikeout guy, but a huge soft contact guy. 34 strikeouts in those 75 innings. 1 ball and 1 strike to Blake Vineyard with 1 away. Check this swing on the dirt ball. No appeal, though. 2 balls and a strike. Crow from the full. Breaking ball again. Sent to the left side. Backhanded. Throwing against his momentum is Tommy Schroeder. And he'll get Blake Vineyard at first base, 2 away. So 5-3 and 6-3 to Bryce Newman and Blake Vineyard. Here's the 3-hole Houston Kitterman. And Kitterman hitting .288 all in the year, making his 45th start. The only one with more starts is the leadoff batter, Bryce Newman, who has started in all 46 games now. He's the only Tiger to do so. Kitterman 3 homers, 31 driven in on the year. 417 slug. Here's the 0-1. Off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. It was an 11-0 victory in 7 innings yesterday for Shorter over these Tigers. 1-1. Fouled back. And Seth Crow looking for a 1-2-3 first inning to get his offense in the dugout here on Senior Day. Kitterman slightly leaned back towards the catcher. Here's the 1-2 from Crow. Take it off the plate. Kitterman leaned over, watched it all the way into the mitt of Alex Brody, who's behind the dish. Now the leather around Seth Crow. In the infield from left to right, it goes Clark, Tommy Schroeder, Norman Leon, and Justin Barnes. And in the outfield from left to right, Jones, Kraus, and Pager. 2-2. Down low. Right at that off-white ankle guard of Kitterman that used to be white, but over the course of 45 games, it's gotten a little worn. Full count, swing and a miss. Kitterman works it full. Crow finishes him up. Ground out, strikeout. 1-2-3 for Seth Crow in the first. 0-0. We go to the home half here on the Hawks Broadcast Network. Well, it's the senior record breaker, Jacob Pager, leading off for head coach Wes Timmons here in Game 2 of this series against West Alabama, which Shorter holds a 1-0 lead in. 0-0 our score, though, here in Game 2, and Pager with a slap shot to right field. And Vineyard thought about giving a throw over to first base to try to take a hit away from Pager, but it's a leadoff single on the first pitch from Roe Ketchum. And here's the second senior in this lineup, Kobe Jones. Righty, lefty, righty to face the left-hander Roe Ketchum here in the first. Pager on first. Ball skips home to Fletcher. He's up out of the crouch quick, turns his shoulders to first base, but does not give a throw. Ketchum, 6'1", 160 out of West Point, Mississippi. And he throws over to first base. Here's the 1-0. Jones, a chopper to first base. Horton goes to second. There is Newman. Newman back to first. No chance at getting the fast Kobe Jones up the first base line. So it'll be a 3-6 fielder's choice for Kobe Jones. And here is Alex Brody. Man on first base, one away. 347 hitter is Brody. Lefty on righty. Couple of looks over to first base. And Ketchum comes home and gets a swing and a miss out of Alex Brody. Brody, the junior out of Plainfield, Illinois. Morton College transfer. Takes one down and in. One the count. And another throw over. Jones with 9 stolen bases on the year. Brody fouls it back. This is a Shorter team that's hunting 150 regular season stolen bases. They're 4 shy of that currently. Could definitely see them get there today. They are 146 of 167 in stolen bases and stolen bases attempted. You don't think Roe Ketchum knows that, do you? He's thrown over there about 3 times now. Once to Pager, twice now on Kobe Jones. Still a 1-2 count on the 3-hole Brody in the box. A deep breath from Ketchum. And the 1-2 to third. One hop into the mitt of Pelkey. Pelkey turns the play at second base with Kitterman. And it's a 5-4-3 double play to end the inning. No runs on 1 hit and nobody left stranded here at the bottom of the first. 0-0 our score going to the second. Well, that first inning took all of 12 minutes. We got out of here in an hour 42 yesterday in Game 1. A quick first inning here in Game 2, 0-0 our score in the top of the second. And another first pitch offering. One hopper out to Leon on the soft line drive. He flips over to Barnes. One away in the second. And Thibodeau set down. The rest of Eric Dubos's lineup, who's in his first season at the helm of this program. We'll get to it after this first pitch to Braden Pelkey. And Pelkey takes a called strike one. But Pelkey bats in the 5-hole and plays third base. In the 6-hole, it's the catcher, Ryan Fletcher. 7-hole first baseman, Michael Horton. 8-hole is Albert Hernandez. And rounding out the lineup, Will Woods. Down there in the bottom, he'll play center field. 0-1 pitch inside on Braden Pelkey. 1 ball and 1 strike. Crow set down the first 4 he's faced. Here's the 1-1. And there's the old announcer's jinx. Into center field, a line drive base hit for Braden Pelkey. First of the day for West Alabama, and they have their first runner aboard. So here's Ryan Fletcher with a man on first base, 1 away. Crow to the stretch for the first time. He misses outside on the first offering to Ryan Fletcher. Fletcher, a redshirt junior out of St. Martin, Mississippi. Hitting .222 on the year, making his 36th start. 1-0. Oh, loses the bat. Ball is live. And it'll be a 5-3 putout. Boy, there was a lot going on there. Pelkey moves up to second base. And usually you see those on swings and misses, and the bat kind of ricochets off the net and sometimes gets stuck up there. As Wes Timmons hands the bat to Michael Horton and gives it right back to the West Alabama dugout. So here's Michael Horton with a man at second base, 2 away. Horton takes it off speed breaker for strike 1. Five outs thus far, 4 ground outs for Seth Crow. And then the 1 strikeout to Houston Kitterman to cap off the first. Here's the 0-1. Foul back. Horton on it, just under it. And Horton swinging the stick a little bit. .289 on the year, second best average on the team behind Vineyard, who's hitting 5 ticks below 300 at .295. Here's the 0-2 in the dirt. Brody positions his body so that it drops down right in front of him. One ball and 2 strike to count. Horton pushes the helmet down on the top of his head before Crow fires one back at second base where Leon is covering up. One and 2. Seth Crow trying to eliminate the first West Alabama threat today. Pitch home. Horton watched the fastball over the outside black. It's called a ball, 2 and 2. Crow flips the ball out of his glove, puts it behind his back, peers into his catcher, Alex Brody. Set at the belt, raises it up to his chin. Here's the 2-2. Foul ball Made solid contact with that ball. Just needs to start it a little earlier. Horton waves the bat a few times at Crow. Now settles into his stance. 2-2. Grounder this side, and the third base coach makes a one-handed play. Two and two once again. Crow skips one home. Touches down about a foot behind home plate. Because nobody on behind Braden Pelkey, he should be stationary after Crow goes to the plate. But he's going to be scoring on any contact. 3-2. Forces a check swing. Just gets a piece of that black wand. And we'll do it again. Crow shakes off. Now he comes set. Pitch home. And again, Horton just getting the tiniest of pieces to foul it off. That may have been ball four. Looked around the letters. And Brody was in kind of a half crouch as he was receiving that ball. So maybe a gift for Crow there. Full count again. Another foul ball. Three-two. Grounder should be serviceable for Clark. Takes his time, throws a missile over to first base to Barnes, and Crow strands one. No runs on one hit. Pelkey stranded at second base. We go to a scoreless bottom of the second here at the Ledbetter Baseball Complex. Well, the leather behind Roe Ketchum goes as follows. On the infield from left to right, it goes Pelkey, Newman, Kitterman, and Horton at first base. And in the outfield, it's Hernandez, Woods, and Vineyard. As Justin Barnes takes the first pitch he sees for Roe Ketchum. Barnes, Clark, Leon, 4, 5, 6 due up here the second. Hawks didn't strand anybody in the first, but did register a hit. It was Jacob Pager's leadoff single on the first pitch of that bottom of the first off Roe Ketchum. Line drive to right field. He was put out on a 3-6 fielder's choice, and then a 5-4-3 double play from Alex Brody ended that side. Barnes, though, way ahead here on Roe Ketchum. 3-0 the count. Ketchum does some landscaping on that left side of the rubber. Digs in real good. Here's the 3-0. There's a strike. Barnes hitting .338, swinging it really well heading into the tournament. This one, though, a tough hop to the second baseman, Kitterman, but he'll get Barnes by about a step. Shorter comes in on a 7-game win streak. Dates back 2 weeks ago today against University of Alabama Huntsville. So since Saturday, April the 13th, they are 7-0 and have won 12 of their last 13. Pitch inside on Griffin Clark to begin this at-bat. Lefty on righty, a 1-0 count. And Ketchum finds the inside corner. 1-1. Clark hitting .297 in his 37th start. 1-1. Breaking ball. Misses away. 2-1. We saw his third homer of the year leave the ballpark last weekend against Tusculum. Downstairs. 3-1. (3-1). Downstairs, ball 4 and a 5-pitch walk to Griffin Clark. The first free pass from Roe Ketchum. Norman Leon, another senior. We failed to mention that Justin Barnes, who began this inning, was a senior. One of 9 and 6 in this starting order today for West Timmons. Inside for a called strike on Norman Leon. Griffin Clark on first base. He does have 13 swipes on the year. Boy, a loopy breaking ball from Roe Ketchum has Norman Leon now in the hole. Nothing good, too. He started off Barnes and Clark both 3-0 and 3-1 respectively. Now an 0-2 count on Norman Leon. In the slide step, it's popped up on the infield. Straddling that first baseline is Horton. He drifts back over into fair territory and makes the grab. 2 away. So Clark, after the 1-out walk, still on first base. Thomas Schroeder in for the first time to face Roe Ketchum. Pitch misses. Shorter now already locked into the Gulf South tournament. The question is whether or not they will be a 7 seed or an 8 seed, as there's a check on Griffin Clark. Basically, the bottom line today is Shorter needs to win as many games as West Georgia. If West Georgia wins both today, they need to win both today. If West Georgia just wins one today, then Shorter just needs to win one today. Another check on first. But obviously that's not the game plan. The game plan to win both here and sweep West Alabama to end the regular season. End the year 9-0. They identified that pickoff really early that time. The ball bounces away from Horton just a bit, but not far enough for Griffin Clark to think about taking second. Ketchum will walk around the back of the mound. And now look in to get his Signs from Fletcher. 1-0 to the shortstop, Schroeder. And Schroeder fouls it back. But some other locks in the tournament. Lee at 22-6 in the conference. Looks like it's going to be your 1 seed. 1-1. In there for a called strike 2. Auburn Montgomery at 19-9, 29-19 overall is the 2nd seed right now. Valdosta State, Delta State, West Florida, and Montevallo all comprising those middle seeds. 1-2. Off his back foot, I believe. Foul ball. But Shorter now at 14-14 and even 500 in conference, and West Georgia, who's 13-15. Because West Georgia swept Shorter early in the year, they would have the head-to-head. So Shorter needs to finish a game better, or a half game better, I should say, than West Georgia in the Gulf South to clinch that 7 seed and have to play Auburn Montgomery instead of Lee in that first round. 1-2. Schroeder, line shot through the 6th hole into the left field. Hernandez picks it up. Rounding second with a big turn is Griffin Clark. And Schroeder with the 2nd hit of the game now on first. First and second, 2 away. So the 5th senior in this starting 9, Logan Stockton, the designated hitter here for game 2. With that real upright stance at the back of that right-handed batter's box. Oh, pitch off the plate. Missed arm side for Roe Ketchum. This is the first time he's had to deal with a runner at second base today. Neither Pager nor Jones made it to second in the first. Here we go, the 1-0. Breaking ball doesn't have quite as much bite as that one to Norman Leon did. Stays upstairs, 2-0. Stockton and Krause, the 8-9 batters before we get back to Pager. 2-0. Lifted out towards right center field, and Woods is there. Inning over. So no runs on 1 hit, 2 left stranded here in the 2nd. We'll go scoreless into the 3rd here on the Hawks Broadcast Network. Well, the dribbler up the first baseline kicks foul about halfway to the bag. It's off the bat of Albert Hernandez. Hernandez, Woods, and Newman 8-9-1 to face Seth Crow in the third. 0-0 our score. No runs on a hit for this West Alabama lineup through 7 batters. No runs and 2 hits for Shorter. Here's the 0-1 to the left fielder, Hernandez. Too tall, 1-1. Well, Seth Crow at 9 wins on the year, second in the Gulf South, sandwiched by 2 Lee University Flames. Jack Nedrow, who has 10 winning decisions in 12 games started. He is 10-0 on the year. And then you've got Keegan Gagliardo from Lee, who is 8-0 in 12 starts. Out in front of this one is Hernandez. Not hit hard off the end of the bat. Now it's 1-2. How about that 1-2 punch from Lee? A combined 18-0 in 24 starts. They've thrown 3 complete games and over 130 innings. That's fair up the left field line. Wow. Hernandez is hunting for 2. It's picked up by Jones and fired into the cutoff man, Schroeder. And it's the first extra base hit of the day from either side. It's a double up the left field line for Albert Hernandez. Just his 3rd double of the year. He leads things off here in the 3rd. Man at second base, nobody out for Will Wood. Pitch home. Woods takes. Wood hitting .315. It's just his 19th start. Redshirt freshman out of Goodman, Mississippi. Pride of Southeast Lauderdale. He has gotten a lot of good reps here as a redshirt. Quarters move in. Clark about 2 foot inside of that first cut. And Barnes with his toes on the grass at first base. Squares the bunt. Picked up behind the plate by Brody. He pulled back in time. Count 2-1. Woods peers down at his play sheet, hooked onto his belt loop. An open stance on Will Wood with his bat laid against his left shoulder. Crow comes set, looks back at Hernandez, and the pitch home. Breaking ball ends up around the shoe tops of Will Wood, and it's 3-1. A walk would put men on first and second and make a force out everywhere but home plate, but would bring up the top of the order in Bryce Newman. 3-1. We'll see if the bunt's still on. It is not. Grounded. And it's through. Holding up is Hernandez at third base. He had to freeze momentarily to see if Schroeder was going to get to that baseball. And because Schroeder and Leon were both pinched up the middle holding on the runner, that one sneaks through for a base knock. The 3rd hit of the game for West Alabama. Runners at the corners for the top of the order. And Bryce Newman. Newman 0 for 1. First and third. Grounder right back to Clark. Clark goes to second. Leon to first. A quick turn up the middle, and the runner stays put at third base. A 5-4-3 double play started by Clark at third. It's the 33rd double play from this infield this year, and it's a big one. Two-hole Blake Vineyard. with a man at third base and 2 away in a scoreless ball game. And that'll be a base knock. And the Tigers will put up their first run of the series here on the road on the RBI single from Blake Vineyard. Scoring is Hernandez, and it's 1-0 Tigers. Wasn't hit particularly hard, but just got it over the heads of Schroeder and Clark. Dropped it down in front of Jones. So here we go, man at first base, 2 away. And it's a 1-0 West Alabama lead here at the top of the third. Crow, this is down and away. Sends Brody into a slide on his knee savers to his right.
Come on, baby, here we go. Roll it, baby, roll it.
1-0 the count. Kitterman's 0 for 1. Grounder to Clark. He's been a busy man, and he'll set down Houston Kitterman. So a run does come in to score on the RBI single from the 2-hole Blake Vineyard. It's 1-0 West Alabama going to the home half of the third here on the Hawks Broadcast Network. Well, Krause, everything you look for in a 9-hole hitter. 289 on the year, making his 40th start. 7 doubles, 5 triples, 3 homers, and 24 stolen bases for Cody Krause. Pitch misses downstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cody Krause. Roe Ketchum working with a 1-0 lead. After 1 run, crosses the plate for West Alabama in the top of the third on the RBI single from Blake Vineyard. Pitch misses. Home plate umpire fires back to strike to Ketchum. And the count 2-1. Krause, Pager, Jones. 9-1-2, due up in the third. Swing and a miss. Krause peers down to his first base coach, adjusts the batting helmet.
Go to work. Get yours. Come on.
Couple of practice swings, now a 2-2 all the way from Ketchum. Strike 3, looking. The first strikeout will go down as a backwards K for Roe Ketchum. Not sure Krause was looking for a fastball, thought he was going to go with something soft there. So it kind of froze him. Can't really get a great angle of where the pitches are from where we are here in the press box, but Looked at the knees and maybe a little bit down and away. Not too much, though. A definite strike. And now Pager will see double the amount of pitches he saw in his first at-bat. Took just one pitch to register the first hit of the game for Shorter on a single to right field off Ketchum. That looked like a slider backdoor on the right-handed hitting Jacob Pager. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1. Too low. Dug out by Fletcher. Two and 1. Up and away. Missed arm side. And it's 3 and 1. Shorter looking for a base runner, down by 1. In game 1 of 2 today. Doubleheader, a 9-inning and then a 7-inning game. Coming your way here on the Hawks Broadcast Network as Pager takes ball 4. Second walk for Roe Ketchum. And now Shorter has had a man on in each of the first 3 innings. No runs to show for it yet. Only 2 hits belong to Schroeder and the man who just walked, Jacob Pager. First pitch swinging a dribbler up to Horton. Horton will have no play as it's foul. Pager taking his time getting back to first base. It's a healthy lead, or at least it was a healthy lead for Pager at first. Maybe a good 14 feet. Looked like it was a one-way lead. He took one shuffle back to first base as Ketchum got to his balance point. Oh-2 count, though, on Kobe Jones, who's 0 for 1, grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. 0-2. Popped back. Pager with 23 steals on the year. Stays put. 0-2. Ooh, must have just missed high. Fletcher pauses for just 1 sec before he threw that one back to Ketchum. Maybe trying to get some clarification from our home plate umpire. 1-2. Pager might have gotten caught off first base. The snap throw from Fletcher, though, not in time. Jones strikes out. It's the second punch out this inning. So Brody with a man on first and 2 away. Back in standing up this time is Pager. That's just the convenience of a lefty, is you can throw over there anytime, not like a righty where you have to lift your foot and then you must go to the plate. You can change your mind mid-motion if you're Ketchum, as long as you have not broken that plane going towards the plate, and that's what he did right there, and Pager read it all the way. Oh, something soft to Brody, catches the zone, 0-1. Lefty on righty. 0-1 the count. Up and away. Almost like a pitch out. How far outside that was. Well, Ketchum's doing a great job holding these runners on. No stolen bases yet, and they've had men on every inning. He's going to be tough to run on. 1-1, but there goes Pager. Deep to right field. And Vineyard works in on the baseball and makes the grab to end the inning. No runs, no hits, and one left stranded in the third. It remains a 1-0 West Alabama lead going to the middle innings here on the campus of Shorter University. Well, it's certainly not been a bad start to the Eric Dubose era at West Alabama. As Seth Crow gets a swing and a miss out of the cleanup, Nick Thibodeau, who's 0 for 1. We're in the top of the fourth, a 1-0 ball game in favor of the Tigers on the road. Here's the 0-1. Grounder, that'll hug the ground all the way out to Schroeder at shortstop, and it's a 6-3 putout to begin this fourth inning. But Dubose, as we mentioned, in his first season, 20-25 entering play, 11-17 now in the Gulf South. Played 12 years professionally, 5 with Baltimore, drafted straight out of Patrician Academy in Alabama. That's fair. Stabbed at third and could not be dug out by Barnes at first base. So that will be a throwing error there on Clark. It's the 60th error of the season for Shorter. So an E5 puts Pelkey on first. Here's Ryan Fletcher. Both he and Horton, the next batter, will both 5-3 putouts, so maybe Clark will get another chance here with a man at first. See if they can't roll up another 5-4-3 double play like they did last inning. Oh, 0-1. Just off the plate. Good spot, though. Crow turns his shoulders just a bit to have a look at Pelkey on first before firing the 1-1, which is off the plate for ball 2. 2-1. 3 hits last inning for this West Alabama group. Brought their total to 4 in the game. That's where it sits now. 1 run on 4 hits. Boy, no lead to speak of for Pelkey on first. He extends it maybe by 6 inches. Now the 2-1. Up and away, 3-1. Crow has yet to walk a batter. Three-1. That's in there. Called strike. Here we go, full count. Lined, about 3 inches foul. And that got a kind of a reaction out of that away dugout, like I knew at the same time that they saw green grass between where that ball landed and the left field foul line. So the count stays full. We've had a couple of these elongated at-bats now against Seth Crow. The last one was Kitterman back in the first. 3-2, popped up. Is it going to hang up long enough for Jones to get there? It does. Wow. Talk about a good first step. And balls like that could be difficult to read, those kind of soft line drives, because off the bat they pop up, and usually as an outfielder, if it's above the brim of your cap, that tells you to move back, and if it's below, that tells you to move in. But that ball right there was probably above the brim of Jones's cap at left field. That's when you got to use your ears almost and kind of gauge how hard that ball was hit. Moves in on it, makes the play. 2 away, and now a 1-0 count on Michael Horton, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out. One nothing our score, top of the fourth. Pelkey, who reached on an error at first base, the 1-0. Chases, gets a piece of Alex Brody behind the plate. He'll walk back and retrieve that foul ball, toss it into the home dugout. Couldn't really tell where that got him. It looks to be all good. 1-1. Oh, Horton broke with the pitch, but did not offer a swing. 2-1. Grounded. No bad hops on this infield today. Schroeder flips on to Leon for a 6-4 putout to end this top of the fourth inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and nobody left on. It's a 1-0 game going to the home half. Well, Kobe Jones and Alex Brody were the second and third outs last inning, so that means we start this fourth with the cleanup hitter Justin Barnes. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to Kitterman at second. So here we go, a 1-0 count. Roe Ketchum still with that 1-0 lead. He's given up just 2 hits against this lineup that has been hot as any in the Gulf South. Ketchum lets his arm dangle, now comes set at a black belt. Here's the 1-1. Grounder. Pelkey had him played in and eliminates a bad hop by doing so, but fires over to first base to get him. 1 away here in the fourth. Clark walked his first time, so no official at-bat and 1 plate appearance. Pitches downstairs, 1-0. Well, Shorter's had a base runner each and every inning. They left 2 aboard in the second, left 1 on last inning. 1-0. Looked like a changeup out of the hand. Misses arm side, 2-0. Clark with that bat angled towards the pitcher's mound. Slaps this one down the left field line. It should be extra bases. Rounds first. Clark motoring for second. He's in standing up. The throw over the head of the cutoff man and 1 hop into the second baseman, Kitterman. It's a 1-out double for Griffin Clark, the 3rd hit of the game. And for Clark, it's his 11th double. Ties Alex Brody in second place with 11 on the team. They're both, though, 3 shy of Jacob Pager, who has 14 doubles on the year. That's really 2 hits now that we've seen. 2 of the 3 hits have come right down the left field line. It was Schroeder who dropped one down there in the second, and now Clark goes for extra bases down that line. 0-1 the count to Norman Leon. Fouled back into a short backstop here at the Ledbetter Baseball Complex. Oh, 2. Leon was a pop-out victim to the first baseman, Horton, back in the second. Coming in is Pelkey. He throws on the run, and he'll get Leon. Moving up 90 feet after the throw is Griffin Clark. So Leon set down 5-3. And it's going to take a 2-out hit to tie this ball game up. And with a shorter backstop as we have here, it's exceptionally hard to take home on a pass ball or wild pitch. Everything feeds right back to that third circle, it seems like. 0-0. Up and away. Ball and no strikes to Tommy Schroeder. 1 for 1 with a single back in the second. By the way, Griffin Clark, the first Hawk to reach third base in this one. Ketchum trying to strand another. Here's the 1-0. Was never a strike. Started off at about the chest protector of Fletcher behind the dish. Dropped out of the zone. He smothered it to keep Clark at bay at third base. Infield's playing back. Outfield's playing deep. Here's the 2-0. Misses off the plate. 3-0. Stockton on deck. Down and in. So he walks Schroeder on 4 straight. It's the 3rd walk for Ketchum.
Now batting number 21, Stockton.
And now we're going to have a visit from the pitching coach for West Alabama with runners at the quarters and 2 away. We'll step aside and be back with the first pitch of the at-bat to Logan Stockton here on the Hawks Broadcast Network. So here we go, Logan Stockton digs in against Roe Ketchum, and he's out in front, 1 ball and no strikes. Stockton, the 8-hole designated hitter, 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field. 1-0 count. Clark at 3rd, Schroeder at 1st. And a good-looking fastball. It's a delayed steal for Schroeder trying to get a throw out of Fletcher behind the dish. He moves up 90 feet, trying to get him in a run down there, so maybe, just maybe, Clark could score. So 2nd and 3rd, 1-1 count. Pitch home. Short of the mark. 2-1. Well, the issue with that is now a base hit scores 2, most definitely, especially with the speed of Schroeder at 2nd. A righty loosens for West Alabama. 2-1. A great job by Fletcher, though, working behind Logan Stockton to keep that in front. Stockton a deep breath before he sets up in the back of that right-handed batter's box. 3-1. Ketchum's got to come to him. And it's off the plate, ball 4. 4th walk for Ketchum. And the bases are loaded for the 9-hole Cody Kraus. Can the senior get it done here on senior day? The matchup will favor Ketchum. It's lefty on lefty. Maybe this is the matchup they wanted. They were going to stay away from Logan Stockton. Maybe that's also why they just let Schroeder take 2nd, knowing they were going to work around Stockton to get to Kraus in the 9-hole. So here we go. Clark at 3rd, Schroeder at 2nd, Stockton at 1st, and an 0-1 count on Kraus, who's 0 for 1. He was the first strikeout for Ketchum back in the 3rd. 0-1. Down and away, a good take. If they can make Ketchum one-dimensional here, which it looks like they have, the fastball really the only thing working. And that was a soft take there from Cody Krause, meaning he had no intention of swinging at that. That tells me he's sitting fastball. 1-1, he got it. And he bounces it up the first base line. Horton takes it himself, steps on the bag, inning over. Ketchum strands 3. And it stays a 1-0 ball game going to the 5th. Well, we welcome you back to Rome, Georgia, on the campus of Shorter University for Game 2 of this series between West Alabama and Shorter. 1-0 the count to Albert Hernandez, who got the party started for the Tigers in the 3rd. He is the only run of the game. Grounder, though, cutting in front of Schroeder is Clark. It's the right play, and he'll get Hernandez one away here in the 5th. This is a very similar Saturday to what we had last weekend. Great weather. Started off mostly overcast and about 68 to 70 degrees. It'll warm up to 80 today around 4 or 5 o'clock. And the sun really starting to burn off some of this cloud cover. Oh, tough hop. Schroeder eats it up. And no throw to first base to get Will Wood. But that was a tough hop. It's been, most of these grounders have had true hops today. But that one just got on Schroeder in a hurry. If he feels that cleanly, he's got Will Wood, no doubt. Two errors now in the game. It's the 61st error of the year for Shorter. First pitch, skips home, gets by Brody. Wood moves up 90 feet. So can the bottom of this order once again put West Alabama in a fortuitous situation? Looks like they have. Man at second base, one away. For the top of the order, Bryce Newman, who's 0 for 2. He grounded into that double play in the 3rd, which looked like it was going to get Seth Crow out of the inning, but then that RBI signal from the man on deck, Blake Vineyard, put the Tigers ahead for the first time in the series and played at the first run of the series. So here we go, 1-1 count. Not much of a lead for Wood. Dribble to the third baseman, Clark. He comes in, fields, throws, and it goes up the first base line into the visitors' bullpen. A run will come in to score. Backing it up, Hazier. He picks it up. And it'll be the second error on Griffin Clark at third base. Plating a run. It's 2-0 West Alabama. So Newman on for the first time on the E5. He's at second base now. Trades places with Will Wood. Now Blake Vineyard 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the third. Takes off the plate. Two runs on 4 hits now for West Alabama. They have profited off of 3 shorter errors. The pick to second on the spin move by Seth Crow. A run in the third, now a run in the fifth. Crow trying to keep it there. But a tough part of the order to do that. Vineyard, Kitterman, Thibodeau, 2, 3, 4 with 1 out. Downstairs and a confident take from Blake Vineyard. Oh, another pick. They may have got him. And they did. Newman had moved his lead back. He wasn't even with the second base back. He was deep. And outside of the baseline, usually runners try to do that to set up an angle towards home. 2 out now. And the count 2-1. Vineyard didn't like the strike call. Downstairs as well. 3-1. Crow up over 60 pitches. That finds the zone. Vineyard was ready to toss the bat and jog up the first baseline. Looks towards his third base coach in disgust. And now it's a full count. 2 away. Crow from the full. Pokes his bat at it and dumps it into left field over the head of a leaping Tommy Schroeder. 5th hit of the game. And second for Blake Vineyard. Now how big is that pickoff at second base? That one would have scored Newman no problem. Two away for Houston Kitterman. Down and away. Vineyard on first, the 1-0. Chopped in to the press box. This will be the 70th pitch for Seth Crow. Trying to get through 5. 1-1. Again fouled back. And Kitterman going to go into defensive mode. 2-0 our score. A run in this inning after the E6 to put Will Wood aboard. He moved up to second on a wild pitch. And then he would score on an E5 off the bat of Bryce Newman. 1-2. Brody was quick to remove his mask there, thinking Vineyard might be going. A lot of 2s. 2-2 count, 2 away, and a 2-0 game. It's upstairs. Full count. Runner will release on the pitch. There he goes. And it's ball 4. It's the first walk for Seth Crow, and that will prompt a mound visit. He's up over 70 pitches. Not too much action in the shorter pen. They want him to get through this. But we'll take a break. 2-0 our score here in the 5th. West Alabama has stranded 2 in this game. They've also scored 2. And they've got 2 on with 2 out here in the top of the 5th. Here's Nick Thibodeau, 0 for 2. Thibodeau takes a called strike. Nothing in 1. Downstairs. Crow in no rush here in the 5th, seeing 2 and 3 signs from Brody. Now he comes set, 1-1. Big swing and a miss. The throw down to third. They got him! And 2 runners in the inning, gunned down on the base pass. 1 pick off and 1 caught stealing. As Vineyard tries to go from second to third, he's thrown out, and a gift for Seth Crow to get out of that inning. A run does come in to score on 1 hit, 2 errors, and 1 left on base. It's 2-0 West Alabama. We're halfway through this one here in Game 1 of this doubleheader. So it's a 6-foot right-hander, Gates P., the junior out of Clinton, Mississippi, coming in, taking over for Roe Ketchum, who goes 4 complete and puts 4 zeros on the board. He will not pitch long enough, though, to be considered for the decision in this one. So P comes in with a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th. 1-0. Pager pops it up behind the dish. It'll get down the hill for a foul ball. 1-1. P makes his 19th appearance. 2 winning decisions on the year, no losing decisions. Picked up a team high 4 saves and 18 in the 3rd innings pitched. 1-1. Paints the corner. 1-2 on the leadoff man, Jacob Pager, who's 1 for 1 with a single in the 1st. He walked in the 3rd. Here's the 1-2. Chopped. Could be an infield hit. Picked up by Newman at short. Flips to first, and he's safe. Bang, bang play. So it will be an infield hit. The 2nd of the day for Pager. It's Kobe Jones with a man at first. He represents the tying run. It would be a great time for Kobe Jones's 5th homer of the year, trying to tie this ball game. Jones is 0 for 2. He punched out against Roe Ketchum back in the 3rd. Check on Pager, slapping the tag down as Horton, but he's back in with a head-first slide. 0-1. Comes set for just a brief second before firing the pitch in to Kobe Jones, which is down and away, 1-1. Another look at Pager. On 1. A grounder, this could be 2. Flipping to second, Kitterman, Newman to first. Gets him. 4-6-3. Will make up for that infield single given up to Jacob Pager. Nobody on, 2 away. 2nd time this top of the order has grounded into a double play. Brody did it back in the 1st. He bats now with 2 out, nobody ahead of him against Gates P. And P gets a swing and a miss, 1-1. Final line for this afternoon's starter for UWA. Ketchum goes 4 innings, gives up 3 hits. No runs, none earned, as this one is sent to right field. Vineyard hasn't played, takes in the line drive. And P ends up facing the minimum here in the bottom of the 5th. Sets down Pager, Jones, and Brody in order. No runs on 1 hit, nobody left stranded. We go to the 6th. Well, this offense that has been rolling for Shorter over this 7-game win streak has been dormant here in Game 2 of the series, as this one's popped up, headed towards the 307 sign in right field. But intercepting it before it gets to the ground is Jacob Pager, one away on one pitch here in the bottom of the 6th. Excuse me, the top of the 6th. So Thibodeau set down. Here is Braden Pelkey. By the way, that was the 75th pitch of the outing for Seth Crow. Thought he may be done after that run given up in the top of the 5th, but they're going to extend him a little bit. No action in the Shorter pen. He has 4, 5, 6 with the 4-hole already set down in Thibodeau. Here's the 5-hole Braden Pelkey, who's 1 for 2, reached on an error and singled in the 2nd. It's a 1-1 count. 2-0 our score in the first of a doubleheader today. A 9-inning game, then a 7-inning game to follow. 1-1. Just outside. Brody tried to bring it back in. Two and one. Tattooed to center field. Coming in and with a slide, Cody Kraus snags the hit from Braden Pelkey. 2 away. Well, you can't hit it any better if you're Pelkey. Actually, you probably would rather hit it a little worse than what he just did. Here's Ryan Fletcher. Takes downstairs. Fletcher 0 for 2. A ground out and a pop out. 1-0. Grounder. Out to Schroeder. Schroeder moving across the infield. Gets him. And a 3-up, 3-down inning for Seth Crow. He sets down Thibodeau, Pelkey, and Fletcher in order to get his offense back in the dugout, trying to come back from this 2-0 deficit. So Gates P back out for this bottom of the 6th inning, holding on to a 2-0 lead. They've scattered 4 hits in this game against a very hot Shorter lineup who just has not been able to string together the consecutive hits here in Game 2 to plate a run. 1-1 the count to the cleanup Justin Barnes. And it's not like Shorter's been getting all their base runners with 2 outs. They've had leadoff men on. They had Jacob Pager on to lead off the first. They had a 1-out Griffin Clark aboard in the second. They had a 1-out Jacob Pager again on in the third. A double from Clark in the fourth. He was left stranded. And then they led off last inning with an infield single from Jacob Pager. So they've had the base runners aboard. It's just been those consecutive hits. Pokes this one to right field. That's going to drop down. Base hit for Justin Barnes. Make him 1 for 3. Well, P has let up a couple of very soft singles. Pager's single in the 5th was an infield single that Newman just couldn't get it over to first in time, and Pager gets up the line well, and then Barnes with an excuse me swing right there, probably his lowest exit velocity of the year, gets over the first baseman Horton. Pitch misses inside to Clark. Clark 1 for 1 with a double.
Get up in here! Go, Griffin!
Barnes will go, no doubt about it. Takes off the plate.
Probably not. Gonna get smaller. Come on, Griffin.
Barnes 20 steals on the year. He's 20 for 24. And now with the righty on the mound, we could see Shorter take a few chances.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Yeah!
And I believe we have a balk, no pitch here to Griffin Clark. Would have been 3-0 anyway, so it's now 2-0. Barnes up to second. It's a 2-0 game, so his run would cut the lead in half. Clark, who's already found some outfield grass once, trying to do it again here. 2-0. Corners are tight. Upstairs. 3-0. Shorter, who shut out West Alabama yesterday 11-0 in 7 innings, trying to get on the board here in the bottom of the 6th. A spin move to second. Did they get him? No, they did not. Newman had started to throw the ball around. It was close.
Yes. Take it. It's his ball, you can't throw it in there.
Newman giving signs to Gates P on the mound. 3-0. Too tall on Griffin Clark. It's the first walk given up by Gates P. And now the catcher Fletcher out to calm down his right-hander. The Shorter dugout has been giving it to him since he let up that single to Barnes. Certainly a frustrating start to both innings for Gates P, but he worked out of it an inning ago thanks to a double play. Well, with the mound visit going on, it's a good time to take a look around at the out-of-town scoreboard. Alabama Huntsville up 7-1 against Union there in the 3rd in Huntsville, Alabama. Montevallo, the Falcons up 2-0 on Auburn Montgomery. And then the game we're watching, Valdosta State up 7-0 on West Georgia. They're in the 3rd inning now, down in Carrollton. So that bodes well for Shorter as they try to capture that 7 seed. Squaring to bunt and dropping down a good one is Norman Leon. He runs well. It's thrown up the right field line. 1 run is in. The ball is yet to be picked up. A second run is in. Leon finds his way to third base. On the throwing error there from the third baseman, Pelkey. Hey, we have a new ball game. Disastrous play. If you just make that play at first base, you have second and third with 1 out, and the bottom third of this order due up. Instead, no out is recorded. The infield moves in with 2 runs home now. On the E5, here is Schroeder. Back to the third baseman. Pelkey retires him, and he looked back Leon long enough to keep him at third.
Think about it. Remember what you did.
Fresh count on Logan Stockton. Takes one right down Broadway. 0-1. Infield still in tight. Every spike now on that lush green rug on this infield. Here's the 0-1. Skips home, and Fletcher bodies it. Two our score, both sides with 5 hits. We were playing clean baseball really up until that 4th inning. Skips home. Runner's going to come, and Leon blows right by him. And it's Shorter with its first lead since the 7th inning of yesterday's contest. It's now 3-2. Stockton in a 2-1 count. The infield can now breathe a little bit. They move back. 2-1. Up and away. 3-1. Foul back. That catches a piece of Fletcher.
Good. Whole field. Use the whole field.
And a full count.
Come on, Stock.
Still just 1 away after the Schroeder ground out. Kraus is on deck. "3-2. Called strike 3. Beat him to the spot on the inside corner.
Attaboy, Stock. Good. Attaboy. Holy cow. Attaboy, Stock.
It's the first strikeout for Gates P. And it's just the 3rd strikeout today for West Alabama as a staff. And now an official mound visit as the pitching coach for the Tigers is out to take the ball from Gates P. That'll be all. It'll be a left-hander entering when we come back. 3-2. Shorter takes its first lead here at the bottom of the 6th. Well, the new southpaw is Peyton Graben, and here to record the last out of this bottom of the sixth. The bottom of the sixth that have seen 3 Shorter Hawks cross the plate. Started off with a single from Justin Barnes. Griffin Clark then walked. And then Norman Leon laid down a sacrifice to try to get Clark to third and Barnes to second. That throw was sailed up the first base line. Both Barnes and Clark score. Leon moved to third, and then he comes in to score on a wild pitch during the Stockton at-bat. So 2 away and a 1-0 count to Cody Kraus. He takes downstairs. Pardon me, check that. 2-1 the count. Graben misses somewhere. And the count 3-1. Graben a 5.40 ERA. 16th appearance out of the pen. That one ripped up the right field line and down. Kraus, it rattles around in the corner. Kraus headed towards us. He's in with a slide at third base. Cody Kraus with his 6th double of the season. It'll be interesting to see if they rule that a double and an error or just a flat-out triple. We'll keep an eye on it. But for now, Kraus goes from home to third for the top of this order. And Pager, who's registered 2 hits today, takes a strike. 0-1. Down and away. It will be a triple. His 6th triple of the year for Cody Kraus.
Here we go. Here we go.
By the way, the final line for Gates P, as Pager leaves 1. P goes an inning and 2/3, 2 hits, 3 runs, none of them earned, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. He throws 26 pitches, 15 for strikes, 3-1, down and in, ball 4. First walk for Graben.
Good job, Manny. You're doing great up there. Hey, Levi's batting, Manny.
And we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Kobe Jones. As Levi Madella will bat. Interesting call here. It'll be lefty on lefty. 1st and 3rd, 2 away. First pitch misses. (3-2) our score, bottom 6. Inside, delayed steal. They throw to third. Kraus had not ventured far off the bag. And Pager, the 5th base run of the inning, to reach the second base bag. (2-0). And Madella takes a strike. Not the pitch he wanted in the 2-0 count. So he did not start that Marucci bat. 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Come on, Levi. Drive them in. Let's go. Let me work up there.
Medella try not to strand anybody here in this 6th inning and give some cushion for this bullpen. 2-2 off the plate. Started in the zone, worked off.
Come on, baby. Come on, Levi.
Peyton Graben took over with nobody on and 2 out. Now it's 2nd and 3rd with 2 out. Graben will get a wave and a miss out of the pinch hitter Levi Medella, and the inning comes to a close. So 3 runs come across, all of them unearned. The big play with the E5 on the Norman Leon bunt. They leave 2 out there. It's a 3-2 Hawks lead going into the 7th. Well, Seth Crow's 82nd pitch of the outing will open up this 7th inning. And it'll get a one-hopper to Griffin Clark. And Medella with a stretch at first base gets him. So Barnes, by the way, moves from first base to left field. And it's Medella switching with Barnes at first. With Jones now out of the 2-hole. So Horton set down. Here's Albert Hernandez. Hernandez 1 for 2 with a double. And an 0-2 count. Skips home. Hernandez has 1 run scored, and Will Wood has the 2nd. This is the 8 and 9 hole spot in the order. 1-2. Strike 3. Crow sits him down looking. It's just his 2nd strikeout. And here's the 9-hole Will Wood. 1 for 2, he singled and scored a run. 3-2 shorter, top 7. Fouled back. And the way Crow has come out here in these last few innings and kept the pitch count fairly low, he might be in line to go the 8th, too, if he could get out of here within 3 or 4 pitches. Up and away. One. Flips a breaking ball over and it misses high. Two one. Just inside. Looked like Brody wanted it out and it worked in because he reached across his chest protector to grab it. Here's the 3-1. Ball 4. So it's just a second walk after the second strikeout for Seth Crow. Puts Will Wood aboard. He's been on all 3 times, setting the table for Bryce Newman, who's 0 for 3. There's a called strike. Now Crow up over 90 pitches. That chance for an 8th inning appearance is slowly fading. Boy. Gets Newman to bat the breeze. 0-2. Oh, 2 away. 3-2 game. Top 7. Shorter 7 outs to get to win the series. Popped up. Schroeder will dance with it as it falls out of the sky. Inning over. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left aboard. The 2-out walk to Will Wood will buff out for Seth Crow. His night might be over. But 5 zeros on the board, and then 2 runs given up in the 3rd and the 5th next to Crow's name. It's been another great start for Seth Crow. When we come back, we'll have 3, 4, 5 due up here for Shorter. Well, the first pitch from Judah Buckner runs into the back of Alex Brody to begin this bottom of the 7th. Judah Buckner, 6'3" right-hander out of Starkville, makes just his 7th appearance, 10 2/3 innings under his cap in 2024. As Barnes takes a called strike 1. Tale of 2 pitches there from the first pitch. The fastball into the numbers on Alex Brody, and then that one to Justin Barnes to get him into an 0-1 count. Here's the 0-1. Too far inside. Barnes raises his arms up like he's getting measured for a suit. 1-1. Down and away. Fletcher stuck it. No lead to speak of for Brody at first base. 2-1. In there for a called strike, 2-2. Looks like Buckner is going to be a fastball guy. Pretty much all he's thrown thus far to Barnes. There's another. Too much altitude on it. Full count. So this is the fourth arm used by Coach DeBose over there in that visitor's dugout. Brody takes off, and it's ball 4.
Whoa! Probably in.
First walk for Judah Buckner. It's the 7th of the game, however, for West Alabama. On the other side, Crow has walked just 2. Brief mound meeting there between Horton, Kitterman, the catcher Fletcher, and Buckner, who's now in some trouble. Traffic on the bases. Here in the bottom of the 7th. First and second, nobody out for Griffin Clark. Clark squares. They're going to back pick to second. Brody's back in. He got a secondary to about the furthest point he could get to get back safely. Corners are in. 1-0, pops the bunt up. Fletcher can't get back to it.
Manny, get it together. Jeez, dude.
Come on, Griffin. Come on, kid. Come on, kid. Let's go, dude.
Horton a good 65 feet away from home. It hits Clark.
No.
And the field umpire saw the ball hit Clark in the box. The play was played out. He was out at first base. And now our Gulf South crew going to put their heads together and figure out what the correct call is. Boy, Coach Timmons playing with house money, because if he's safe at first base, then there's no argument to be had. But if he's out at first base there on the throw, then he gets to call exactly what he just called, that the batter was in the box. It should be a foul ball. So here we go. We'll reset. Ball and 2 strikes, men on first and second. Hot shot down the third base line and foul. Clark today has been on every single time. Walked in the second, doubled in the fourth, walked and scored again in the 6th. 1-2. Down around the shoe tops of those royal blue cleats he's got on. Two and two. Buckner from the slide step gets a swing and a miss out of Griffin Clark. First punch out for Buckner comes at a big time, trying to keep this a 1-run ball game in the 7th. And we're going to get a mound visit. Nobody loosening, so this is just to get everyone's perspective ahead of this Norman Leon at bat. We'll step aside here on the Hawks Broadcast Network. Three runs in the bottom of the sixth. Put Shorter out in front. They're trying to add on here in the seventh with Norman Leon at the plate, but he expands, chases this one out of the zone. It's a ball behind 0-1 against Judah Buckner. He stays out there. His first three batters have gone hit by pitch, walk, and then strikeout to Griffin Clark. Leon's 0 for 3, reached and scored on an error last inning. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Buckner's going to work off that third base side of the mound. Closest to us here in the press box. 0-2. Out in front, gets a piece. Spoils it, and he'll see another. Oh, 2. Softly hit, and that's going to drop down. Brody got a good jump. Great read by Alex Brody, recognizing where the outfielders were, knew that was going to get down. He comes around to score, and Norman Leon on his senior day has an RBI single here late to make it a 4-2 Hawks lead. So now Barnes at second. Leon at first. One away still for Schroeder. Schroeder takes a heater. Called strike 1. 4 runs on 7 hits, 3 errors for Schroeder. 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 error for the visitors from West Alabama. Check to first. Oh, Buckner almost threw it into center field. Not sure if Barnes could have advanced on that with Woods out there patrolling center field. Schroeder today, 1 for 2. Popped up left side. Pelkey's over into the home bullpen, watches that one fall. That's 0-2. Schroeder to deep left. It's a short porch out there. 299 up the left field line. That probably went a good 200 in the air.
Go 4. Ball kid. Right, 2-4.
Say Tommy.
0-2. Oh, he chases. Downstairs, they're going to throw behind Barnes. It goes into center field. Now Leon's trying to get to second. He's in. Slides into the legs of Newman. So it's a strikeout. And a throwing error on the catcher, Fletcher. So Stockton with a couple of ducks out there. Leon at second, Barnes at third, a 4-2 game, bottom 7. Up and away. Stockton today, he has flown out, he's walked, and he's also struck out. 1-0. Good looking pitch. Slider ended up around the knees. Wasn't a real confident strike call by our home plate umpire, but strike nonetheless. Single for Leon, scored Brody. And Stockton has taken 2 strikes right at the knees. Takes a long look at that Marucci wand. Settles back in. 1-2. Buckner could strike out the side here and allow just the 1. 1-2. Got him. Wow. Stockton watches 3, and the inning is over. A run comes in on the single from Norman Leon to make it 4-2. We go to the 8th. It becomes a 6-out ball game here at the Ledbetter Baseball Complex. Well, after 94 pitches, Seth Crow's afternoon comes to an end, and right now he stands to record his 10th victory of the year if 6 outs can be recorded and this stay a 4-2 game. Blaine Fritcher is in relief. This is the same 1-2 punch that we saw in Game 1 of the doubleheader a week ago. Seth Crow started the ball game, and Blaine Fritcher followed it up. It was Darrell Johnson Jr. coming in to close it out. Chopped foul. So Blake Vineyard leads us off. Vineyard, Kitterman, Thibodeau, 2-3-4 to face the Texan Fritcher. Ooh, tough play on a rogue hop there by Griffin Clark at third base. 4th error of the game for Shorter. And the 3rd committed by Clark at the hot corner. Tough play there. Had to field a short hop with the speed of Vineyard. So the leadoff man on for Houston Kitterman. And Kitterman pops it back. Final line for Crow, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, just 1 earned, 2 walks and 2 punch-outs. 94 pitches, as we stated, 57 strikes. And he left 3 on base. Fritcher actually pitched twice last weekend against Tusculum. An inning on Friday night, and then 2 innings in the Game 2 win Saturday in Game 1.
Yesterday was his first game.
New catcher behind the plate is Julian Sauger taking over for Brody. Pop to left field. Barnes is out there. He moved from first base a few innings ago, and he makes the grab. Ball away. Kitterman set down. So Thibodeau bats with a man at first, 1 away. And Fritcher misses the mark on the first pitch to Thibodeau. Fritcher a 4.28 ERA. This is his 19th time coming out of the pen. He's made 1 start as well. 40 innings on the dot coming in, so make that 40 1/3 now. He's given up just 1 long ball this year. 2-0 the count to Thibodeau. Pitch home, could be 2. Clark to second. Leon, the turn, yes! 5-4 to 3 gets Fritcher out of the 1-on, 1-out situation. Inning over, we go to the bottom of the 8th. Still a 4-2 Shorter lead. So another double play helps out Shorter tremendously in the top of the 8th. It's another goose egg for Blaine Fritcher, who was in trying to get the hold after Crow exits. 4-2 remains our score here in the bottom of the 8th. 1-1 the count on the 9-hole. Cody Kraus tripled his last time. He's 1 for 3 here on his senior day. 1-1, up and away. It's Judah Buckner out to eat some innings. Another righty, though, is headed down towards the visitors' bullpen. Off the end of the bat, soft line drive to the shortstop. Newman is an easy out, number 1 for Judah Buckner. So an F6, how we begin this bottom of the 8th. We're back to the top now for Jacob Pager. It'll be Pager, Medella, and Brody. It's different from the original starting 9 we had. It was Pager, Jones, Brody. See if we get to Sauger down there in the 3-hole. 1-1. Top spinner. And it's 1-2. One, two, one away. Slider off the dish. Pagers does not go fishing for it. 2-2. Buckner from the full. He goes after this one. Fouled back towards the team bus that's parked down there at the bottom of the hill. Two. Oh, rears back and gets Pager in the left hand. And they've got the glove off. Taking a look at it, we'll step aside as they address the left wrist area of the leadoff man, Jacob Pager. So they're going to rule that that was a swing from Jacob Pager that got him in that left wrist. So they call him back to the plate for a 2-2 count. Drills that one back into the netting.
Yep, there you go.
And if Pager was struck, I had already written in my book, we're going to have to cross that out. But if he had reached on the hit by pitch, that would have been his 5th straight time aboard. 2-2 upstairs. 3-2. Buckner will walk him. So Pager is indeed aboard for the 5th time, but he has yet to score once. Kind of interesting line there. Levi Medella came in a pitch hit spot, and that's thrown up the right field line. No one's going to get there. Pager's coming for third. The ball's still not picked up. Couple of times now that's happened. So Medella with a man at third brings the infield in. And Buckner can't find the bottom right corner of the zone. One to Medella. Downstairs, similar spot, similar result. 2-0. Cody Kraus led off this inning with a pop-up to the shortstop. Pager walked, and now Medella in a 2-0 count. Leaves it off the plate, 3-0. Downstairs. 4-pitch walk to Medella. 2nd consecutive walk. And that is the 3rd walk from Buckner. And batting for Alex Brody, Julian Sauger. Sauger holds up. Started the handle of his bat. Coming into this inning, Shorter had left 10 guys on. Sauger spins on this one. Sends it towards the front gate here at Shorter. 1-1. Sauger, a good eye. Another delayed steal, and Medella up to second. Still just one away. The infield is back tight. 2-1. Sauger leans back. 3-1. A right-hander is up for West Alabama. 4-2. One swing could make it 6-2 heading into the 9th. 3-1. It's a breaking ball. Not what Sauger wanted, but he takes strike 2. Full count. Pager at third, Medella at second. Down and in ball 4. Great at bat for Julian Sauger. Three straight walks for Judah Buckner. And it looks like West Alabama's going to let him try to get out of this with Justin Barnes at the plate. That does free up the middle of this defense. Newman and Kitterman to move back to play for the double play ball. Corners stay in tight. Ooh, runs inside, almost gets Justin Barnes. Barnes has a hit and a run scored today. He's 1 for 3. 1-0. Downstairs. And Buckner, after he got Kraus to fly out to Newman, has lost the field. 2-0. Off the plate. 3-0. Buckner trying to not to walk a run in here.
There we go.
That was a strike. Three 3-1. Upstairs. Pager comes in, and it's 4 straight walks for Judah Buckner. And they're going to let him stay in. They've had a right-hander ready for some time. It's now 5-2. Shorter has scored in each of the last 3 innings. Down and in. And another batter started off with a 1-0 count. This time it's Griffin Clark. He's now batted in the last 3 innings. Walked in the 6th, struck out in the 7th. 1 away. Now in the 8th. Turned on. We've seen a lot of those. A lot of contact out in front of the plate for these right-handed bats.
Come on, Griffin. Give me 3 more. Let me down.
1-1. Misses inside.
Give me 2 more.
2 balls and a strike, and I think if you're Clark, you're going to almost let him get to a 2-strike count before you think about offering it 1. 2-1, now 3-1. Will it be 5 straight walks to score 2 runs here in the 8th? 3-1, 1 out. Oh, and Clark skies one left side, out of play. And a 2-strike count, a welcome sight for Judah Buckner. Buckner struck out the side last inning. But he's trying to avoid the 7th free pass of his outing. 3-2. Strike 3. 4th strikeout, believe it or not, for Judah Buckner. And all things considered, still very much a game. 5-2. Obviously, Shorter just needs 3 outs defensively, but you would love 1 or 2 of these right here. If you're a member of the Hawks faithful, nothing in 1 to count on Leon now. Leon 1 for 4, singled in the 7th. It's his only hit today. 0-1. Oh, Leon would have had to break out a pitching wedge for that one. Nothing in 2. Leon floated one into left center field last time, which brought home Alex Brody. See if he can't do the same thing here, trying to shorten up with 2 strikes. Pitch home. Buckner drops a curveball in. One, 2. Buzzes the tower. 2-2.
Let's go, Tino.
2-2 to Leon. Skips to the plate. Fletcher deflects it up the third baseline. Keeps Medella in place. Full count. Runners will release. Medella will take a wide angle at home plate. Everyone else, though, be straight to the bag. Full count. Downstairs, ball 4. Fifth walk of the inning. And that will be all for Judah Buckner. Bases loaded for a right-hander when we come back here on the Hawks Broadcast Network. 6-2 Hawks out in front here at the bottom of the 8th. Well, Schroeder, the first man to face Jackson Wynn, who is the fourth man out of the pen for West Alabama here in game one of this doubleheader, as Schroeder takes off the plate. Judah Buckner is responsible for all three Hawks on the bases. It's Sauger at third, Barnes at second, and now Norman Leon at first in a 6-2 shorter lead. 1-0. Too low for Schroeder. Jackson Wynn making his 15th appearance, 19 innings on the year. Pitched to the tune of a 7.58 ERA. And he's fallen severely behind to Thomas Schroeder. 3 balls and no strikes. 8 walks in the game for West Alabama as a whole, trying to avoid a ninth. Here's the 3-0. That is a called strike. Seven errors combined in this game. 3-1. Taking ball 4. Another run will come across, and it's 7-2 Hawks now in the 8th. So Stockton, the 9th Hawk to the plate, 2 away in the inning. Stockton struck out looked at 3 fastballs from Judah Buckner to end the 7th, which stranded 2 on base. Chance to redeem himself here, though. 0-1. The changeup misses inside. 1-1. Pitch home. Too tall on the stocky Logan Stockton. 2-1. Downstairs. Pardon me, I was looking at strikeouts earlier. 8 strikeouts in the game. 13 walks now for West Alabama. 13 free passes. That's not counting a few hit-by pitches. Popped up. This should end the inning. The shortstop coming all the way over to the right of the pitcher's mound to make the grab. And the inning is over. But 3 runs come in. Buckner walks the house. 9 batters come to the plate, and we go to the 9th. Shorter with 3 outs to get here in game 1 of this doubleheader, trying to win the series over West Alabama. Well, Fritcher, after an extended time on the bench, watched his offense put up 3 more runs for him to make this a 7-2 game in the 9th. He's got Braden Pelkey, Ryan Fletcher, and Michael Horton due up here in what looks to be the final half inning of Game 1 of this doubleheader. We've got Game 2 coming 45 minutes after the conclusion of this one. 2-1 the count, though, on Braden Pelkey, who is 1 for 3, singled and reached on an error. Here's the 2-1. Down and away. 3-1. And ball 4. Fletcher's working on an 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and flown out once. Off the plate for ball 1, moving up 90 feet, Pelkey on the wild pitch. And that's going to get a mound visit out of that shorter dugout. We'll step aside, ball and no strike, the count on Ryan Fletcher with a man at second base when we come back. So Fritcher with just 3 outs to get. Man at second base, though, in the form of Braden Pelkey, who walked to open up this top of the 9th. 1-0. Popped up behind the plate. Ball and a strike. Shorter has already clinched a spot in the Gulf South tournament coming up next weekend. And judging by the score of the West Georgia game earlier, Shorter just needs to win 1 game today to clinch that 7 seed as opposed to the 8 seed and face a 2 seed in the tournament as opposed to facing the 1-seeded Lee Flames. 2-1 the count. Inside move to second, though. Nobody home. Two and 1. Sauger was quick out of the squat to try to make that a fair ball. 2 and 2. Fritcher looking for his first out. And now the count full. Coming up on 3 hours of gameplay here in Game 1. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Fritcher with his first strikeout. 1 away. and it's Michael Horton coming to the plate. Fritcher needs to attack early here. Got a 5-run lead. Might as well attack these guys. Good looking breaking ball. Strike one. Shorter looking to make it 8 straight victories dating back to 2 Saturdays ago. April the 13th against Alabama Huntsville. Nothing in one. Popped up. Sauger going to chase it back. And it'll drop down behind the home dugout. Nothing in two now. On the 0 for 3, Michael Horton. Oh, 2. Fritcher, a swing and a miss. 2 away in the 9th. That's Albert Hernandez to bat. Hernandez doubled and scored back in the 3rd. That was the first run of this game. And put West Alabama ahead 1-0 at the time. They would extend that lead to 2-zip in the 5th after the couple of errors on the infield. But then 7 unanswered from that point forward from Shorter. 1-0 the count to Hernandez. In there for strike one. Game 2 will be a 7-inning game. Shorter would go for the sweep if they can hold on for one more out. Here in the 9th. 1-1. Line drive right to Griffin Clark at third base, and that's the game. Picking up win number 10 is Seth Crow. And moving to 30-15 on the year, and now a game over 500 in conference play is Shorter. They take the first 2 of the series. Game 1, 11-zip. Game 2, 7-2. Once again, the win will go to Crow. Fritcher comes in, gets the last 6 outs. The loss will belong to Gates P. Roe Ketchum will get a no decision. He only worked 4 innings. Did not give up a run in those 4 innings. But the back half of this game, the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th, Shorter scores in each of those 3 innings, putting 3 across the board in the 6th, 3 in the 8th, and they win it 7-2. 2 runs on 5 hits, 3 errors for West Alabama, 7 runs on 7 hits, and 4 errors for the Shorter Hawks in Game 2. We will step aside and pick up with Game 3 of the series here after about a 45-minute hiatus here at the Ledbetter Baseball Complex. Game 3 on the way.